Hey everyone, it's Jim from Radio Wasteland Records, and it is time for our weekly check into some of the new releases headed to an independent record store near you. And given that this release day is the day before Record Store Day 2025, it's going to be a brief one. There is a lot of stuff coming out, but not a lot of heavyweight titles. So we'll cover some of the highlights and let you take it from there. But if you'd like to see that full list, you can head over to our website at radiowastelandrecords.com. From there, just look for the upcoming releases link. Click on that and you'll see the full list of everything coming out for this particular day. And again, this is not the Record Store Day list. That is a completely separate thing than the normal release day, the Friday before, the day before Record Store Day. By the way, if you would like to see everything our store is going to have on hand for Record Store Day, make sure you check out our live stream happening Friday night, the 11th, the night before Record Store Day, beginning at 6 o'clock Eastern Time. So we'll cover everything that we'll have in store that is a Record Store Day and Record Store Day related release. But now, though, let's dive into the releases non-Record Store Day scheduled for Friday, the 11th of April 2025. And again, just kind of a brief list, but there are some big things on here that we wanted to get to. Let's start it off with something brand new-ish from Bon Iver. I have to say that correctly. You can't say Bon Iver. That's the hillbilly way to do it. Bon Iver. This one is called Sable Fable. Two different versions of this. And our description says that Bon Iver's three-song collection Sable, which was, by the way, released last year, was a prologue that was mired in darkness. They call it a controlled burn, clearing the way for new possibilities. So now with Fable, this is the book that follows. Where Sable was a work of solitude, Fable is an outstretched hand. The description is very verbose. It goes on for quite a while, a little pretentious, but it's Bon Iver, so there you go. Look that up if you need to read more, but this is kind of the expansion of the Sable EP from last year, now completed with Fable. But I do believe the Sable, obviously, because of the title, is included. Double LP on black vinyl from Bon Iver, Sable Fable, the black vinyl version of this coming in at $31. And then there is an indie exclusive on black and pink vinyl. You see that pictured here. A little bit more expensive. $32 is the suggested list price there. Up next is something brand new from the Mars Volta. And being that I am of Irish-Hungarian descent who lived in the Upper Peninsula of Michigan for quite some time, I'm going to have trouble with this title, so let's give it a shot. Lucoro Sucio Los Ojos del Vacío. That's the title of the new Mars Volta. I had to ask Grok to translate that for us. It loosely translates to Dirty Prophet, the Eyes of the Void. So the description says that this is a double LP vinyl pressing and their 9th studio album, and it represents a significant milestone for the band, which has been continually reinventing itself for more than 20 years. With Lucuro Sucio, the band now delivers an album that celebrates their roots while allowing them to reconnect with their origins. So the brand new one from the Mars Volta, Lucro Sucio Los Ojos del Vacío. Again, I hope I got that correct here. It looks like it's a black vinyl only double LP. $40 is the suggested list price for that one. Didn't see this next one coming, but here's something brand new from the Spin Doctors. You remember them, right? It's called Face Full of Cake. And this one is coming on white-colored vinyl. The description says that with Face Full of Cake, the Spin Doctors return with their first new album in 12 years, as well as being their debut on Capitol Records. Face Full of Cake finds the band returning to that vintage Spin Doctors sound found on 90s favorites like Little Miss Can't Be Wrong and Two Princes. This album features the hard-hitting new single, Still a Gorilla, and I did give that one, just the single, a listen, and it's a song, but hey, it's a Spin Doctors. If you're into them, that's kind of cool. White vinyl version of this from the Spin Doctors, Face Full of Cake, $33 is the suggested list price there. We got the 2 LP version of this next release a couple of weeks back, and this one was scheduled, but it got delayed a little bit. But here is the full box set version of Jimmy Page and the Black Crowes live at the Greek. This has been bootlegged many times, but as we mentioned a couple of weeks back with the double LP version of this, this is the first legitimate pressing of all of this. And this, by the way, this box set is the first complete pressing of all of this. Limited edition 6 LP vinyl pressing. The Black Crowes, along with Jimmy Page, from their performance at the Greek Theater in Los Angeles in the summer of 1999. And as I mentioned, unlike previous versions, This is the full show and includes over 15 unreleased tracks of both the Black Crowes singing their stuff and Jimmy Page doing some Zeppelin stuff. Never been released in this fashion until now. Looking over the track list, yeah, you see a lot of Zeppelin stuff on here, but then they dig in, obviously, into a bunch of the Crowes hits as well. So Live at the Greek, the box set version, 6 LPs on black vinyl, Jimmy Page and the Black Crowes. List price on this one is $120. Finally, on the new stuff front, we've got a new compilation from Mike and the Mechanics. This is called Looking Back the Living Years, coming on black vinyl. This is a compilation which encapsulates singles from the 40-year career of the supergroup Mike and the Mechanics. Double LP on black vinyl, Mike and the Mechanics, Looking Back, Living the Years. I think I got the title of that wrong earlier. $54 is the suggested list price for that one. Onward now to a small slate of reissues scheduled for the 11th of April, 2025. Again, the day before Record Store Day, so we're getting some interesting ones coming out that are non-RSD items. But here are the reissues scheduled. The Smashing Pumpkins and a reissue of Siamese Dream. We're seeing a few of these lately, some reasonably priced Smashing Pumpkins reissues, which is kind of a rarity. But Siamese Dream, this is a double LP pressing on 180-gram heavy-duty vinyl. This is featuring the original 1993 packaging of the album as well, so kind of a throwback. Black vinyl version of this, Siamese Dream from the Smashing Pumpkins, $38, the suggested list price there. And then there is an indie exclusive. They're calling this an RSD Essential, which is a little misleading. It's not a Record Store Day release, but an RSD Essential. But this one's coming on red vinyl, $43, a little more expensive is the suggested list price there. Other reissues for the 11th include this one from the UK Subs and their album Japan Today, originally released in 1987. This was the letter J of the Subs A through Z albums, if you're familiar with that. It features Knox of the Vibrators, Alan Lee, and the late Daryl Bath on guitar, and includes the songs Hey Santa, Another Cuba, Thunderbird Wine. And this one, by the way, has been unavailable on vinyl for the past 10 years. It's now been remastered and released as this limited edition on transparent orange vinyl with updated sleeve artwork. So UK Subs, Japan Today. The list price on that one is $28. So after I mention this next one, the song is going to be stuck in your head. I know it is in mine. Here we have a reissue from Green Jelly and their Serial Killer soundtrack. Yep, this is the album that inspired the Kraft Food lawsuit. It is back. If you're unfamiliar with this, the comedic punk rock metal band was originally named Green Jello, but was forced to change its name to Green Jelly with an umlaut on that after a lawsuit from Kraft Foods due to a trademark infringement of the Jello name, the Jello brand name. So Green Jelly is what we know them as, and Serial Killer soundtrack was the one that kicked this off. The video for Three Little Pigs, by the way, which, and I didn't know this, featured Maynard James Keenan of Tool, Les Claypool of Primus, and Pauly Shore on backup vocals, helped make this album a certified gold one in 1993. And this is the first time it's been made available on vinyl since then. Major cult hit in the early 90s, the long out of print Green Jelly, Three Little Pigs. You know it, you love it, sing it. Okay, this one is being limited to just 1,500 copies on clear vinyl, glow-in-the-dark splatter throughout, because of course it is. Serial Killer soundtrack from Green Jelly. This one listing for about $38. Also scheduled is a reissue from Crocus, and Round 13 is the name of the album. This was the 13th studio album by the Swiss hard rock band Crocus, and the only album to feature Welsh vocalist Carl Sentance, formerly of the Persian Risk and Geezer Butler band. Round 13 from Crocus. I do believe this is on black vinyl only. $27 is the suggested list price there. We're getting another repressing of the self-titled Winger album, but this one is an expanded version with a couple of extra tracks on here. Looks like this one is coming on green vinyl, and the list price there is looking to be around $38. And finally, we're getting 2 vinyl variations of a reissue of Heritage from the band Opeth. This was the 10th studio album by the Swedish prog metal band, recorded and released in 2011. So double LP black vinyl version of this. Oh, I should mention this is a music on vinyl release, so it is going to be a little more expensive, but a lot more quality sounding. How does that sound? Double LP black vinyl version of Heritage from Opeth, $47 is the suggested list price there. And then they're offering up a colored vinyl version of this coming on red and black marble colored vinyl. Double LP also, and also for music on vinyl. A little more expensive still, $51 is the suggested list price for that version. And that is a quick check of some of the new releases scheduled for Friday, the 11th of April, the day before Record Store Day 2025. If you're local and you see something you'd like us to try to get a hold of for you, just contact us here at the store. It's a little busy, but we'll sneak it in and make sure we can do what we can to get that for you. Otherwise, if you'd like to see the full list of everything we didn't get to mention, lots of other stuff on there, by the way, head over to our website at radiowastelandrecords.com. Look for that upcoming vinyl link. Click on that. You'll see a PDF that has everything that there is to say. Don't forget, we're doing a live stream for all of our Record Store Day stuff that will be in the store for Record Store Day proper on the 12th of April. You can check that out on our YouTube channel, so make sure you're subscribed. You hit those notifications, and you'll see all of that. But again, that live stream is coming up Friday night, the 11th, the release day for all of these. Lots of stuff going on. I apologize for being a little scatterbrained, but hey, it's that time of year. So until next time, this is Jim from Radio Wasteland. You folks have a great one, and enjoy Record Store Day.